Black just played. Queen takes b to pause the video to analyze white's next move. Rook b1. White might go for rook takes b2 and secure a strong hold in the game. Queen c3 played by black. King castled kingside. White is preparing to play. Rook b3. Queen takes b3. Pawn takes b3 and seized the initiative. Bishop takes f3 was chosen by black. Knight takes f3. Pawn takes c4. Rook takes b7. Pawn takes d3. Knight e5. White is planning to play. Knight takes d7. Queen takes d4. Pawn takes d4. Knight d5. Knight f6 check. Pawn takes f6. Queen d7 check. King f8. Queen takes f7 mate and put immense pressure on the opponent. Rook d8 played by black. Knight takes c6. Queen takes c6. Queen takes c6. King castled kingside. White is clearly ahead. Let's go to the next game. Black just played. Knight takes e5. Pause the video to analyze white's next move. Knight takes c7 check. Queen takes c7. King castled kingside. White intends to play. Rook e1. Queen e7. Bishop takes e5 and increase their advantage significantly. King castled kingside. Move preferred by black. Black is preparing to play. Rook takes f4 and gain a significant edge. Bishop g3 move preferred by white. White's idea is to play. Queen e1. Knight f3 check. Knight takes f3 and gain a significant edge. Pawn g5 move preferred by black. Rook e1. White is planning to play. Bishop takes e5 and take decisive advantage. Rook f4 move preferred by black. Bishop takes f4. Pawn takes f4. Queen h5. White considers playing. Queen e8 mate and put immense pressure on the opponent. Knight g6 played by black. Knight takes e6. Bishop takes e6. Rook takes e6. Queen d7. White is in a commanding position. Let's go to the next game. Black made a move. Pawn takes d5. Pause the video to spot white's next move. Queen takes d5 check. King h8. Black is looking to play. Queen takes c3 check and secure a strong hold in the game. King castled queenside played by white. White considers playing. Rook takes h7 check. King takes h7. Rook h1 check. Bishop h3. Rook takes h3 mate and increase their advantage significantly. Pawn h6 played by black. Queen e5. Queen takes a 2. Rook takes h6 check. King g8. Black might go for pawn takes h6 and establish a winning position. Rook takes g6 was chosen by white. Queen f7. Black considers playing. Queen takes g6 and gain a significant edge. Queen h5 was chosen by white. White is preparing to play. Knight g5. Rook e8. Knight takes f7 and seized the initiative. Bishop g4 played by black. Black is setting up to play. Bishop takes h5 and increase their advantage significantly. Queen takes g4 played by white. Queen f4 check. Queen takes f4. Rook takes f4. Pawn e5. Pawn b4. Pawn takes b4. On a5 white is dominating the board. Let's go to the next game. White played. Pawn takes g4. Pause the video to find out black's response. Pawn takes g4 check. King g1. Queen h2 check. King f2. King castled kingside check. King e3. Queen g3 check. King d2. White intends to play. Rook takes f8 check. Knight takes f8. Pawn takes b6 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Rook d8 played by black. Black is preparing to play. Knight takes c5 check and take decisive advantage. King c2 played by white. White is preparing to play. Pawn takes b6 and establish a winning position. Queen e3 played by black. Black is setting up to play. Queen takes e2 check and dominate the board. Bishop c4 move preferred by white. White is looking to play. Rook a d1. Rook b b8. Bishop takes e6 check and take decisive advantage. Knight takes c5 played by black. Queen takes a5. Queen d4. Black's idea is to play. Queen takes c4 check. Queen c3. Queen e2 check. King c1. Queen takes f1 check. King c2. Queen e2 check. King c1. Rook d1 mate and take decisive advantage. Queen c3 played by white. Queen takes c3 check. King takes c3. Knight a4 check. King c2. White is setting up to play. Rook a c1. Rook d4. Bishop b3. King h7. King b1. Rook d3. King a1. Rook takes b3. Pawn takes b3 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Rook c8 played by black. King d2. White might go for. Rook a c1. Rook d8 check. King e3. Rook c6. King takes e4 and dominate the board. Rook takes c4 played by black. Rook f8 check. White is outplayed. Let's go to the next game. Black just played. Knight takes d4. Pause the video and try to predict white's next move. Bishop d6 check. Knight e7. Bishop takes e7 check. King g8. King castled queenside. White might go for. Rook g1. Knight f5. Queen f4. King h7. Rook takes g2 and take decisive advantage. Knight f5 move preferred by black. Black is aiming to play. Knight takes h4 and dominate the board. Queen f4 played by white. White is planning to play. Rook g1. Knight takes e7. Queen f7 check. King h7. Rook takes g2 and establish a winning position. Queen h3 was chosen by black. Black intends to play. Queen takes h5 and gain a significant edge. Bishop g4 played by white. White is setting up to play. Rook g1. Queen takes g4. Queen takes g4 and dominate the board. Queen takes f1 move preferred by black. Rook takes f1. Knight takes e7. Knight e4. White considers playing. Knight f6 check. King f8. Knight takes d7 check and increase their advantage significantly. Bishop takes e4 played by black. Queen takes e4. Rook f8. Queen b7. Bishop takes e5. Queen takes d7. Bishop f4 check. King b1. White is setting up to play. bishop takes e6 check and seize the initiative. Rook h7 was chosen by black. Queen takes a7. Knight d5. White is dominating the board. Let's go to the next game. White played bishop d4. Pause the video to find out black's response. White might go for bishop takes f7 check. King takes f7. Queen c4 check. Bishop e6. Queen takes b4 and gain a significant edge. Bishop d6 played by black. On f4. Rook takes g2 check. King takes g2. Bishop e4 check. King g1. King castled queenside. Black intends to play rook g8 check. Bishop g7. Rook takes g7 mate and secure a strong hold in the game. Rook f2 was chosen by white. Queen h3. Queen b2. Rook g8 check. Bishop g7. Bishop f8. Black intends to play rook takes g7 check. Queen takes g7. Bishop takes g7 and seize the initiative. Bishop f1 played by white. White is aiming to play bishop takes h3 check and gain a significant edge. Queen takes e3 was chosen by black. Bishop g2. Bishop takes g7. Queen e2. White considers playing queen takes e3 and establish a winning position. Queen takes e2 played by black. Rook takes e2. Bishop takes g2. Rook takes g2. Bishop d4 check. King h1. White's idea is to play rook takes g8 check and secure a strong hold in the game. Rook takes g2 played by black. Rook d1. Black is dominating the board. Let's go to the next game. White played on h3. Pause the video to spot black's next move. White is looking to play pawn takes g4 and increase their advantage significantly. Bishop g3 was chosen by black. Black might go for queen f2 mate and dominate the board. On d4 move preferred by white. White considers playing pawn takes c5 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Pawn takes d4 move preferred by black. Pawn takes g4. Pawn takes c3. Queen c2. King castled queenside. Black considers playing queen c4 check. King g1. Rook d1 check. Queen takes d1. Queen c5 check. Queen d4. Queen takes d4 check. King f1. Queen f2 mate and seize the initiative. Knight takes c3 was chosen by white. Knight takes g4. Knight f7. White is preparing to play knight takes d8 and seize the initiative. Rook f8 move preferred by black. King e2. White might go for queen e4. Queen f2 check. King d1. Pawn h5. Queen takes c6 check and seize the initiative. Rook takes f7 move preferred by black. Queen d3. Queen f2 check. King d1. Rook d7. Queen takes d7 check. King takes d7. Bishop d2. Queen f5. Black is setting up to play knight f2 check. King c1. Knight takes h1 and take decisive advantage. King e2 was chosen by white. Queen e5 check. King f3. Knight h2 check. Rook takes h2. Bishop takes h2. Bishop e1. White is struggling to keep up. Let's go to the next game. Black just played queen takes b2. Pause the video to find out white's response. Knight d6 check. King e7. Black is setting up to play queen takes a 1 check and establish a winning position. King castled kingside played by white. White is preparing to play. Rook a b1. Queen takes b1. Rook takes b1 and increase their advantage significantly. King takes d6 was chosen by black. Rook fb1. White considers playing rook takes b2 and increase their advantage significantly. Queen takes c2 played by black. Bishop b4 check. King c7. Rook c1. White considers playing rook takes c2 check and put immense pressure on the opponent. Queen c6 move preferred by black. Rook takes c6 check. Pawn takes c6. Queen g3 check. On e5. Queen h4. White is looking to play. Queen e7 check. Bishop d7. Bishop a5 check. Pawn b6. Queen takes g7 and increase their advantage significantly. Bishop f8 was chosen by black. Bishop a5 check. Pawn b6. Queen f6. White is looking to play queen takes h8 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Pawn takes a5 was chosen by black. Queen takes e5 check. Bishop d6. Black intends to play bishop takes e5 and take decisive advantage. Queen takes h8 was chosen by white. On c5. Rook c1. White is aiming to play queen takes d4 and seize the initiative. On d3 was chosen by black. Queen c3. White might go for queen takes d3 and increase their advantage significantly. Bishop f5 move preferred by black. Queen takes a5 check. King d7. White has a decisive advantage. Let's go to the next game. Black made a move. Queen b4. Pause the video and try to predict white's next move. Black is preparing to play queen takes b2 and put immense pressure on the opponent. King castled queenside played by white. White is planning to play rook h1. Queen takes f4 check. Queen takes f4. Knight takes e5. Queen takes e5 check. King g8. Queen h8 mate and establish a winning position. Knight takes e5 was chosen by black. On a3. White's idea is to play pawn takes b4 and dominate the board. Queen c4 was chosen by black. Knight ce4. White is planning to play pawn takes e5 and take decisive advantage. Knight f7 was chosen by black. Black is planning to play pawn takes e4 and increase their advantage significantly. Knight takes f7 move preferred by white. Queen takes e4. Knight d6. White might go for queen e7 check. King g8. Queen f7 check. King h8. Rook h1 check. Knight h7. Rook takes h7 mate and dominate the board. Pawn g5 was chosen by black. Queen takes g5 check. Queen g6. Black is preparing to play queen takes g5. Pawn takes g5. Rook b8. Rook f1. Bishop d7. Rook f7 check. King g6. Pawn b4. King takes g5 and establish a winning position. Queen d8 was chosen by white. White is setting up to play king b1. Pawn b6. Rook h1. Bishop b7. Queen h4. Knight h7. Rook h3. King h8. Knight takes b7 and establish a winning position. Pawn b6 move preferred by black. Knight takes c8. Queen f7. Rook d3. Knight g6. King b1. Pawn b5. Rook c3. White considers playing. Rook c7. Knight h8. Rook takes f7 check and gain a significant edge. Queen takes f4 move preferred by black. Rook f3. White intends to play rook takes f4 and dominate the board. Queen e5 move preferred by black. Queen d7 check. King h6. Knight d6. Rook f8. Knight f7 check. Rook takes f7. Queen takes f7. King g5. White has a decisive advantage. Let's go to the next game. White played. Bishop takes c5. Pause the video to spot black's next move. White is planning to play. Rook ae1 check. Bishop e4. Knight takes e4. Rook takes c5. Knight d6 check. King f8. Knight takes b5 and dominate the board. King castled queenside played by black. Black is planning to play pawn takes g5 and dominate the board. Knight f7 played by white. White is preparing to play. Knight d6 check. King b8. Knight takes b5 and take decisive advantage. Queen takes c5 played by black. Queen takes c5 check. Rook takes c5. Knight takes d8. King takes d8. Rook a d1. Bishop f8. Rook d4. Bishop c6. Pawn a3. King c7. Rook f d1. Pawn g5. King g3. Pawn takes f4 check. Rook takes f4. Rook g5 check. Rook g4. Rook b5. Rook d2. Bishop d6 check. King f2. Rook f5 check. King e1. Rook f3. Black is setting up to play rook takes h3 and put immense pressure on the opponent. Rook f2 move preferred by white. Bishop g3. Black might go for bishop takes f2 check and put immense pressure on the opponent. Rook takes g3 move preferred by white. Rook takes g3. Rook takes f6. Rook takes h3. King d2. Black is dominating the board. Let's go to the next game.